Right then guys, we are here. We are in Wendover and today we are doing the long walk, what we call it. There's around 14 miles, starts off at Wendover and ends up in traditionally Ivanhoe Beacon, which is where the last video was. However, today we're taking a slightly different route because we've already done that. So we're going to end up in sort of Ashridge Estate. We're going to end up there and then we're going to get picked up. So yeah, join me on this walk and we'll go from there. So to park here is chargeable. We get dropped off when we come here, so we don't actually have to pay anything. But if you did want to, here are the fees here.
Spares, you know, just in case.
So we've just started our walk now. We are just walking through sort of Wendover High Street, and it's yeah, it's lovely here. Nice little village, little town. You start off the walk by walking through the High Street, and then you kind of make a sharp right, and then you end up pretty much kind of in the middle of nowhere, really. This walk, it's got so much to it. It's got you've got, obviously we're walking through a town now, and then we end up walking through a little orchard down by a river, into sort of a lake, through loads of farmers' fields, some lovely woodland areas. But yeah, so here we are. And it is the, I guess, the sort of final section of the Ridgeway walk. So, as you know, the Ridgeway walk kind of starts towards Swindon and ends at Ivanhoe Beacon. But this walk is, I guess, the sort of final 10 to 15 miles, really. I've done this a few times already. Once with my colleague, my friend Keith. And I've done it. Actually, I've done it quite a few times. Actually, I've done it with my friend Molly, and this is the second time I'm doing it with my mum. It's the last walk we're doing before we set off for Wales and do Cadair Idris. So yeah, join me on this one, and I'll show you some of the views along the way. So yeah, one thing to probably mention is that if you do want to do this walk, it is quite popular, just being what it is, you know. Sort of central location, again on the Ridgeway as well, so it is quite a popular walk. You tend to find people do this in sections, so you've got, obviously we're doing basically the whole thing from Wendover to the Beacon, but a lot of people you tend to kind of find we just do sort of a small section of it. So very rare that you'll find people doing the whole walk with you. But yeah. Oh, haven't even got out of Wendover yet, but we're at the orchard. This is wicked. Great little community thing. Loads of little apple trees, pear trees, all sorts. Yeah, awesome. And then just over here we've got the little the river. Completely gin clear water. I don't know if you can get that from here, but that water is gin clear. I still wouldn't want to drink it, but yeah, wicked. So we've just gone past the orchard now, and we've just got to the lake. I love this little lake, it's wicked. But I don't think you're allowed to fish it, annoyingly. And there are definitely fish in it, because I've seen them. but I don't think we're allowed to fish it. So let's have a look. Yeah, no fishing. We'll have a little look though. Yeah, last time I came here there was definitely fish, so I'll see if I can find some. Yeah, when we came here before they were kind of on the edge of these lilies. It was a bit difficult to see all this duckweed in the water, but yeah, no, definitely fish in here. But look at it, lovely, isn't it? Hello, doggy. Hello, doggy. Hampton Pond. Split into two by the look of it. Although it's not, it is one lake. Yeah, wicked. So now we're going to head this way. The path is ridiculously well signposted. Almost every, I don't know, it feels like every 100 metres, but it's probably not. It's probably, I don't know, every so often you get signs for the Ridgeway, so you just got to follow them. Really well signposted. I'd recommend doing a little bit of research though on the route, just because it's always worth doing. All it takes is for one of them Ridgeway signs to be damaged or knocked off or whatever, and you know you could quite easily go off course. So I definitely recommend getting the either the All Trails app or something like that, so you can at least kind of work your way. Nothing worse than getting lost, especially around these sort of areas where there's not a great deal of phone signal. So yeah, definitely worth investing in that. All Trails you can download for free, so there's no real financial commitment there, and it's definitely worth having for safety really. What's this then? High speed 2 HS2 is the new high speed railway. This footpath is closed for safety reasons to enable HS2 works to be carried out. Oh, brilliant. It's one of the oldest trails in the whole of the UK, and they've closed a big section of it for HS2. Potentially, we'll just have to see. Don't know about you, don't want to get into anything political, but yeah, the at least said about it the better. There we go. Just going past Farmer's Field number 1. Just turn the camera around there so you can see that. Look at him. Go around doing a baling his hay or straw. Yeah, last time we came here this was sort of full sort of in bloom really, yeah. Oh, here he is, another tractor. Getting all of his bales ready, his baler. It's an old school on that. Wicked. Yeah, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to basically be heading this way, down this track here, and going along this ridge here. I don't know if you can see, but you've got the ridge here. So we're going to be walking up to there, walking along back towards Ivanhoe Beacon, but we're not actually going there today. But yeah, how long is it going to take? It's hard to say. I've done this in 4 hours before with one of my other friends, but I've also done it in sort of 6, so it really does vary. It's warm today, we're not going to rush, we're going to sort of take our time. I reckon today's going to take about 5 hours ish. We're going to stop for some lunch in Tring Woods, so that'll be 20 minutes or so. And then once we've sort of done that, we're going to go obviously on from there, and then kind of end up in Aldbury at the Greyhound pub, have a cup of tea in there, head on up a really steep hill into Ashridge to get to the Ashridge Estate, and finish the walk there. And then what kit have I brought with me today? Now, I've bought a little bit more than last time, just because it's a longer walk. You know, I've still got me waterproofs and stuff like that, but clothing wise, I'm pretty much wearing exactly the same. I'm wearing some sort of longer leggings things this time. It's because I don't really want to get where's she gone? I don't really want to. Sure she'll catch up. Yeah, I don't really want to get attacked by ticks and stuff like that, so I'm wearing some sort of longer leggings today. T-shirt, again, same t-shirt as I wore last time, so like a really light sort of Berghaus fast wicking t-shirt, so it helps to kind of keep your sweat off and stuff like that. Rucksack, again, another Osprey. I think this is a 36 litre rucksack. Plenty of pockets, got some sweets and stuff, so got a little sweet pouch down here in the handles section down there. And then shoes, again, same Gore-Tex walking shoes. Yeah, there she is. Wouldn't want to lose her. Maybe I would. No. Nope, I wouldn't. Yeah, Gore-Tex walking shoes, and then waterproofs in the bag. Food-wise, I bought a sandwich, some sweets, and some little snacks, flapjacks and stuff. Bought a gas can for a brew, and about 2.5 litres of water, so that should get us through. So one thing to mention as well is that on this route there's very little opportunity to stop and get anything in terms of snacks or supplies or water, so it's important to come prepared before. I always bring more than I need. I've even got my walking poles today. I'm not going to need them, but I've got them. Bring more water than you need. I know it's weight, but you don't want to be thirsty. And food, well, again, down personal preference, but usually a couple of little snacks and a sandwich or something, and you'll be fine. But yeah, there's really nowhere to stop. But yeah, I'll put the route on the beginning of the video so you can see the route I've taken, and I'll also put the route that I've done previously so you can kind of see the difference. And then yeah, if you guys want to do it, get on it. Okay then, so where are we? So we are here. We're going to be walking. And instead of Ivanhoe, we're going to have a little short detour to Albury and then up to the Ashridge Estate here. So a little bit shorter than the beacon, but not too much difference. So there we go. The full walk was down here, so over the hill, sort of near Swindon, and then up to here. So we're literally doing from here to here. So we've just entered Wendover Woods now, and we'll be in here for quite a while, and there's quite a bit of an ascent coming up here. So, and that's to kind of get us onto that ridge line. Once you're up there, it's relatively flat, really. Sort of just follow the ridge our way along. So we're going to be following this track straight through here. Always following the little acorns. Always follow these bad boys. That is the sign of any national trail. And of course, we're on a national trail today. So yeah, we're gonna go up here. I'm gonna turn the camera off because I'm gonna be panting. I'm sure you don't really want to hear that. Cool, so we've made it to the top of that really kind of the steep section now, the first steep section, so we're just sort of gradually working our way up now to the ridge line. But yeah, we're still in the woods. Like I say, we'll be in here for a while, really, just because it's sort of the main chunk of the walk. Wendover Woods, Tring Woods, there's a little bit in the middle, and a little bit afterwards. So we're in the woods now, and last time we came here there was, and obviously there still is, these like massive kind of divot sections in the ground. Let's turn the camera around now so you can kind of see. If you can kind of see that, but massive like divot sections in there. I really don't know what's caused them. I mean, for me, it could be either, I don't know, a massive tree that's fallen, derooted and just pulled up the earth. Seems quite big, that, for me though. The other thing, again, I really don't know, but I know around this area, sort of during the war, was quite prolific for manufacturing parts. You've got RAF Horton literally like 100 metres down the road from Wendover, so I mean, I'd imagine this is quite a prolific area for air raids. I don't know whether it's that or whether, I really have no idea. I don't know if anyone knows, because we've tried to do some research on it, but there's nothing. If anyone's got any ideas about what maybe that could be, let me know, because I'm really intrigued. Look, there's another one over here. I mean, just look at the size of it. I'll walk over this bit of woods. Yeah, look, big kind of divot area. That can't be a tree. That surely can't be. This tree's still there, and they're probably 100 odd years old. So, yeah, I really don't know. If anyone has any ideas, let me know in the comments below. It put my mind at rest anyway, because we've been trying to work it out for ages what they are. But yeah, pretty cool if it is. Another divot. They are everywhere. Mental. They're literally everywhere. So yeah. But no, we're what are we now? Just about an hour and a half into the walk. So I just thought I'd take a little, now all the kind of steep bits kind of out of the way for now. Thought I'd take this time just to sort of say why are we doing this walk, you know, why the hell are we doing this again? 14 miles. But yeah, no, like I said earlier, we've got Ridgeway booked in a couple of weeks. So we've been doing lots of training, lots of walking, all around the kind of Pitstone, Ivanhoe, Ridgeway kind of area. And this walk just kind of gives you, morning, all right. Yeah, so like I said, this walk kind of gives you a bit of a benchmark in terms of like fitness levels, really. A lot of the walks that we do are sort of around 4 or 5 miles. Lots of elevation, not like huge amounts of elevation, but good inclines, good declines, and it's sort of walks that you can kind of do within a couple of hours. And when you sort of strap for time, they're good to kind of do frequently. And the last video that I put up was sort of the main walk that we do, which takes around 2 hours. And this one, so we don't do often. I've done it several times, quite a few times, but it's just a really good kind of, you know, we did it, what, about a month ago? And then this is the last walk that we're going to do now before we go to Cadair. In sort of next weekend, so it'll give us a really good kind of barometer of where we are with our fitness, and hopefully if we can get to the end of this and then sort of tomorrow we're feeling fresh and it's not too bad, then we kind of know we've done enough training for Cadair, because we know Cadair, I've done it before, it's a tough mountain, it's an amazing mountain, it's unbelievable, it's so good, the views are unreal, like the lake, just when you're getting up to the lake, it just feels like you're in a Lord of the Rings scene. It's unreal. So you want to be able to experience it as best as possible, and the only way to do that is to train. And to train, you've got to do things like this. So yeah, that is exactly why we're doing this walk. And because there's not a lot of videos out there on YouTube with sort of these kind of walks and people talking about it and that kind of stuff, I thought I may as well, if I'm doing it anyway, I may as well video it and show it to you guys. So if there's any questions that you've got or anything like that, hopefully I can answer them on the video really, or if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments and I can get back to you or answer them in the next video. So these woods here, I believe they're still part of sort of the Wendover woods. Yeah, I believe they're still part of the Wendover woods. So yeah, but these woods are a bit more, this half of it or this section of it, got a lot of dirt bike or mountain bike, sort of trail bike tracks and stuff through here. So you kind of got to keep an eye out. Don't want to get buffed over by a bike. Not this early on anyway into the walk. So yeah, this section, just keep your eyes open, make sure that you're not going to get steamrolled by a bike. Cool, so where we're going to be going now is we're going to be, there's a sign here, this is what I mean by really well signposted. So you've got a sign there, and you've got another sign there, and the sign's pointing that way. So we're going to go that way, then that way. It is really well signposted, so like I say, but you can see what I mean. If that other one there, I guess, was missing, and that one was there, you'd just walk straight up, so you could miss it quite easily. So that bit was tough. That was, yeah. Last time we came up the top here, sort of came up here, and then walked around this way, and then down, and then up that way. But this time we decided to actually do it properly and do this bit here, and that was tough. Yeah, blowing. Cool. So we've just come out of the woods now. So we've come from this way, and now we're gonna go over the road and through this little fence bit here, and then we'll be in a farmer's field. Usually there's some cows in it. I don't really know if there are going to be this time. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like it, no. It's a shame. Cool, so we're going to walk through this field now. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can see on the video, but there's like a almost walked out patch of almost lighter grass. I don't know if you can see. So we're going to be heading that way, basically, towards that kind of telephone pole bit in the background there. Pretty funky. An old derelict kind of. Yeah. Bit of roof. Anyone lost their roof?
I think.
Yeah, I know. Cool, so we've just gone through that field now, onto this kind of road, yeah. And we're gonna head this way and then that way. There is a signpost for it, There's not actually a signpost here to tell you to go this way, which is probably why you do need a bit of a map. There is one just here, so you probably could work it out, but you know, if you've never done it before and you've not done any planning or prep, you could very easily kind of go straight on at that bit or right or whatever, but no. So you've got to go left there. There is a sign there for the Ridgeway, just here, telling you to go this way. So this is actually a woods called Pavers Woods, which is sort of in between Wendover and Tree. So we've got to walk through this woods, and then I believe then we'll end up roughly sort of round the Tring Woods. I know I keep banging on about the Tring Woods, but the Tring is nice. You'll see when we get there. Plus that's also where we're having lunch, so might be getting a bit hungry. Cool, so we're just coming to the end of this Pavers Woods now. I'll just show you this. So we're here, we've walked all the way through here. And then we're going to be heading this way. But yeah, no, that Pavers Woods is a lovely, lovely little walk. It's flat, it's easy to do. Not much, it's not very strenuous, it's quite nice after you've done that kind of, all the other bits that we've been doing. So yeah, so we're going to be heading down this way now. Got a bit of a road here. And then we've got to head down here. One thing to mention, make sure you bring plenty of snacks. Got some nuts here. Always a godsend. You get to about this point and you're like, lunch is coming up, but you've just burnt like 700 calories. You're gonna need a bit of energy, so. Yeah, this place is wicked. There's about 6 houses and they're all massive. And there's a village hall here. There's 6 houses. I mean, is it a village hall or is it just a place where all the neighbours go and get pissed up? Look at the size of that bad boy. Wicked. Welcome to Haystow and Haystow Village Hall. Oh, there's a little deer in there. Not a real one. 1 minute, I don't know if you can see that. Pretty cool. It's got no eyes though. What do you call a deer with no eyes?
No idea.
Flippin' heck. Cool, so we're at the bottom of the road now. We're going to be heading this way. See there, Chesham, Tring and Haystow. So we've just come from Haystow, we're heading towards Tring, so we're going to be going that way. And then finally, we'll end up in Tring Woods, which is what I've been harping on about for the last 2.5 hours or so. So yeah, we'll join you back at Tring Woods. So we are just sort of walking into Tring Woods now. Again, signposted well. Tring Park Woodland Trust. Awesome. Yeah, this is, I love it here. So cool. Yeah. Yeah, some of the views are awesome. So we're here at the moment. And then we'll be walking through here. When we get to there, we'll be having a bit of lunch, looking out over Tring. Got like Tring Museum and stuff over here, which if any of you from sort of visited here or thinking about it, definitely worth visiting. I think it's free to get in, or it was. Just like a little donation or whatever. Yeah, I think that's an image of it there. So yeah, we're going to be walking through here and out the other end. So yeah, we'll be heading this way. Cool. So yeah, we're just just walked into Stringwoods a little bit. Already seen our first horse. Get it in. Yeah, they're wicked. Because this is a bridle way as well. The Ridgeway, most of it's a bridle way, if not all of it, I think. It's like a way they used to get stuff around the country back in the day, like supplies and stuff. So a lot of horses and stuff used to use this track for moving goods and bits and bobs like that, really. So yeah, and it's nice to see that it's still being used today. Probably not for the same reasons as they were, but you know, still being used by walkers like me, horses like that. You just almost picture it as it was all those years ago. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, look at this. I love this. This is what I like. Look how straight that is. I don't know if you can see all the people walking up and down, but you've got trees left and right. It's just awesome. So we're at the point now, restoring the view. All these are all the bits that you can see. The museum. So the view, and we've just got the museum there. Yeah, wicked. So here we are. We're coming from this way. We're going to be heading that way, but first, a bit of lunch. Let's have a look at that. That was that, eh? Lunch with a view. Whoa. Nice. And cheese salad. No, perfect. And we've got a brew on the go as well. Spot on. Got a big stir. Beautiful. Lovely brew. A brew with a view. How's that? Right, what did I use to make the cup of tea, really? I know some people are a bit, you know, they're interested to know. So this is my stove. It's a little OEX Etna stove. Would have cost me less than £10. I don't know if you guys can see that there. But yeah, what you do is you screw it onto your stove, screw it onto your gas bottle, like that. You lighten it, and then you set the flick these little bits out here. And then once it's on your stove, you can put whatever on there, like that. And then flick that out, turn this to set the gas. And then you're away. So that's my little stove. Gas, I've got one of these Coleman C500 gas cans. Now this is massive, you do not need one this big. Obviously we go fishing quite a lot, so when we go fishing for 2 or 3 nights, we'd probably take one of these, but if not, you can take much smaller ones. That'd be fine for this sort of stuff. And even if you're doing, you know, a couple of nights sort of wild camping, a smaller one would be fine. I've just bought that today because it's all I had. And then in terms of the sort of cups and stuff, I've got this little set. My mum's still got the other one, but I've got this set here. There's a bigger one and a smaller one. One you could probably use for cooking like noodles and stuff, and then obviously this one here is more of a little mug for cups of tea. They're Euro hike. Again, they would have been around £10, probably from sort of go outdoors. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Relatively lightweight. Obviously you can make it lighter with the smaller gas can. So yeah, really easy to take with you and really easy to do. And obviously one thing to mention as well, with your lighter and your gas and your little stove, they fit perfectly inside these. So Put that in there. Your lid, or your little cup. Put that in there like that, and then you can put it away in your little bag. So yeah, it compacts down really well. And if you are doing a bit of wild camping or camping out or whatever, I'd highly recommend sort of taking something like this. It doesn't have to exactly be this. There are probably better ones. There are probably cheaper ones, whatever. But something like that's perfect. And when you're doing a sort of a longer walk like we are today, it's just nice to stop off, have a bit of lunch and a cup of tea. Yeah. Cool. So we've just had some lunch. Packed everything away, so there's no mess. So we'll leave it as you found it, basically. And yeah, so that's one last look at the view. And then we'll be heading off. So we're going to be carrying on. So we're going to be heading back this way. So we came from down there, and we're going to be going this way. I believe there's like a little monument or something at the end here, so we'll have a little look at that. Yeah, never been to it before, so it'll be first time for both of us. See if it's actually there. We'll have a look. So we've got to this bit now. We just sort of had some lunch and walked down that track. We got to like a sort of crossroads, I guess. So we got this way, and this way. Normally we go down there, but today we're going to go this way because it looks like there's a cool little monument that we've never been to. And when I've said I've done this walk in the past, I've always said, oh, next time I'll go down here, next time I'll go down here. And I never did, so today we are. So you guys are so lucky. Oh dear. So yeah, join me at the monument. Cool, so here we are at the monument. Now we just need to try and find out what it actually is here for, I guess. Has it got anything on it? No, it doesn't say. It's a bit strange. Nah, pretty cool though. But then if we look straight down there, there's almost like a Greek bloody temple or something. Oh. Let's walk down there and see if it says anything about that there. That is weird. Cool though. Yes, so here we are coming up to the the Greek temple. I don't know what it is. Just looks a bit, I don't know. From back there it looked like it was really nice and clean and white and all that, but when you get closer to it, it looks really dirty and horrible. I've got no idea what it's for. It's really odd. Is there anything behind it? Lead anywhere? Nope. How strange is that? Pretty cool though. Look at that. No idea what it's for, no idea why it's there or anything. But I'm guessing it's got something to do with the monument that's down at the end there. So, yeah. I'll maybe do a bit of research and put something in the video about it, if I can find anything. I didn't even know it was here, so, yeah. Cool, so here's the map. So we are here. We've got to go all the way to there. We started here. So we're about halfway, which is good. And then here's a little bit of information here about all those bits. So this is all that remains of a summer house that was once the gamekeeper's lodge. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. Because this is part of the Rothschild estate. All of this. So I'd imagine it'd be to do with that. And then The stone obelisk was built in the early 18th century, but there's no inscription to explain its purpose. Some sources suggest that it was made to commemorate the visit of King Charles II and his mistress, Nell Gwyn. Interesting. So yeah, that might be what those bits are for. Pretty cool. There we go, our first views of Ivanhoe Beacon. I don't know if you can see that, but right over there, you probably can't, but about here is Ivanhoe Beacon, which is where we would have been heading. However, we're not. We're heading to Old Brick. But like I said, I'll put the in the route I've taken to go to Ivanhoe Beacon on this walk in this video, so you can see sort of how long it takes and the route. But yeah, we're just about to cross a road now. We'll go through some more fields, so make sure I don't get run over. Oh, this bit's lovely. Yeah, we love this bit. So obviously, if you were to have seen some of the videos, other videos on my channel, you'd know that we do a lot of walking over in Ivanhoe Beacon, which is over there. And obviously we've done this walk a few times, but every time we do that walk at Ivanhoe Beacon, we always try and work out what field this is in comparison to where we are. So yeah, it's difficult to try and spot like landmarks as a house. So we'd have to try and work it out next time we do it. But yeah, it's just something to look out for. There's a little trig point over here as well. So I think, like I said in my last video, for all you lot that want to do your trig bagging and stuff, there's that book. I think it's Beds, Hearts, and Bucks trig bagging or something. I'll put it in the video so you can see which one it is. I got mine from Amazon. But like I say, there are so many trigs in that book, like trig points, that you just would never have even knew existed. Like genuinely, like this one here. Got no, well, it does have significance, obviously, but you wouldn't have necessarily known it was here. Do you see what I mean? Like Coombe Hill, Ivanhoe Beacon, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, but here, maybe not. But anyway, here it is. Yeah, let's look at their views. Lovely. I'm not sure if this would have been harvested yet, but obviously not. It's a little bit breezy today, so I do apologise if the audio is not great, but let's look at that. Lush. Amazing. Amazing views. So when we do our kind of really short walk that I posted on the channel, where we were sort of picking blackberries and stuff, that is literally over there. So it is obviously quite a bit over there, but it is over there. So just kind of give you a little bit of perspective as to where we are in relation to where we've come from and where we're heading to. Yeah, it's just awesome. Like this is so, like Wendover is about half an hour from where I live, and Ivanhoe Beacon and the sort of the Chiltern bits there are about 15 minutes away from where I live. So we are so lucky to have this on our doorstep. And like anyone that lives locally, I would massively urge not to take this stuff for granted. I mean, we've been coming up here since we were really little. Like my mum, my dad, school holidays, you know, typical, not loads of money, loads of time. What do? Let's take them to Ivanhoe Beacon, let's take them to Stock Grove, let's take them to Tring Museum, you know, let's all these places. And it's just, looking back now, it's just, yeah, so grateful for all of that, because there's so many people that will just take it for granted. I guess it's like if you live by the sea and you never go to the sea because you just take it for granted because it's always there. But people like us that live so landlocked, it's like you can't fathom it in your head that you'd never go to the sea. But yeah, make the most of it, because there's a lot of people out there that would bite your hand off for this. Cool, so we go from rural to pretty urban pretty quickly. Cool, it reminds me of walking over Hillary Bridge. See Beacon Hill in the background over there. We're not far. We've actually done quite well, if I'm honest. Oh, the A41, sorry. The A41. Or the A45. The A41. It's got crazy up there, so I'm going to hold on to my hat and I'll join you down there. There's some beehives. More snacks. The ever faithful jelly babies. Can't go wrong. And just behind them, a sign that says the Ridgeway. And then behind them, loads of beehives. Look at them. Loads of them. It was about here last time that we heard a song thrush. It's probably moved on now. That was a month or so ago, so right at the end of sort of nesting and sort of fledging and all that. So yeah, we moved on now, but that was pretty cool to hear that. We'll see any more of the beehives. Yeah, look, there's loads of them. Look. Right then, so we've crossed the road, quite a busy road, the A41. And now we're back into the middle of nowhere, basically. Fields through there, pathway through there, more fields behind there. So yeah, back into where I like to be. I just want to take this opportunity to sort of say, you know, if you've liked this video, I hope you have. Not necessarily maybe from a content perspective or you know, from me, but more just for giving you guys maybe some ideas, some inspiration, or whatever it might be. Yeah, make sure to give us a like, share, and obviously comment. And if you can, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, it's all free, so it'd mean the world to me if you did like it, to give us that thumbs up. Leave a comment what you thought about the video, if you've got any questions about it or whatever it might be. It all helps. So yeah, cheers guys, and thanks for watching. It really does mean a lot. Look at that. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this. I know I keep saying that, but about here, somewhere along here, I can see it. I don't know if you can. I'm trying to see on the camera. Is the Ashridge monument that we're heading to. So it kind of gives you a bit of an idea of distance. Definitely gives me a bit of an idea of distance. How far we've got. Not long. 2 horses here in the shade. Cool. Right, so here we are. So we've just gone through that last sort of field that showed you with the horses and stuff. We're now going to walk down this road here. Then we're going to do a right, basically. That'll bring us out to Tring train station, which really won't be too far from Oldbury, which is where we're going to stop and have a drink, maybe a beer or something. And then from there it's up a hill to the Ashridge Estate. So we're really not far. So we're just about to go over the old GUC, the Grand Union Canal. anchoring. This is the tring arm. Is there any fish in there? There's probably hundreds, but we just can't see them. Too murky. You know, you're getting close to where you need to go when you start seeing signs for the greyhound quiz. So we've left the train station now. We sat down there for 5 minutes, have a little, you know, a little rest the old legs, have a little bit of a drink and that. So we're just going over the train bridge now. And we're pretty much going to be on this road now till the end. It's going to follow this road all the way around into Aldbury, which they reckon is about a mile or so away. So not long now, really not long. And then we'll head on up to Ashridge. So another probably 2-3 miles to go till we end the walk. But no, it's been lovely. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I really do, because I've loved it. It's been wicked. The weather's been amazing. Like, it's been warm, but a lot of the it's been under quite a lot of shade. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've still caught the sun. My neck's a bit red. And my face. Jeez. Thought I was going to get my head taken off. So normally we would have gone this way. And that would have taken us up to sort of the Ivanhoe Beacon, Paul's Knob area. Instead we're going to go this way. And we've made it. Here we go, we made it. Wicked. Tried to get run over, but this is the last little stretch. We'll get into Aldbury and then a lovely little pint, I think. But yeah, when we get to Aldbury, I'll show you. It is lovely. It honestly is. And with this weather as well, it's going to look even more amazing. It's like if you're American and you think of British town or British village, Aldbury is exactly what you think of. Here we are then. Aldbury. Beautiful. A little post office there. But like I say, because it's right at the end of the walk, like if this post office was sort of halfway, it'd be absolutely spot on, but it's not. So I'm not going to go in there. Yeah, it's just lovely around here. So it's a little duck pond. Try to get run over. Little duck pond. Oh, beautiful little cottage. Beams and all. And then the pub, just here. The ground. So this is where we're going to stop for a drink. Cheers. So we've had our pint, we've had our little breather, little rest, and now we are on our final stretch. So we've got to walk up here, up this track. It basically takes us to the Ashridge Monument. Sounds nice, looks nice, but honestly, once you get around this bend, it is directly straight up to there. It's very, very steep. Yeah, so we've got to go up there. Ugh. It literally is the real last section. Like, once you're at the top of here, we're done. So, here we are then, guys. We have made it. So this is the Ashridge, the main Ashridge sort of car park area. Got the cafe up here to the right, the monument there to the left.
Might be shut, actually.
Probably. I don't know, there's people at the top. Oh, well, the cafe. Nah, the cafe won't be shut. School holidays, Saturday, sun's out. Don't know, it'd be silly if they are. But anyway, there's the monument. I suppose we better go over and touch it, otherwise it doesn't count. Here we go. Done it. Completed it. Go on in, Mum. Hey, well done. Quality. Awesome. Well guys, we've done it. We've completed it. What's the distance saying? Let me have a quick look. Oh, you attached my wrist. What's the distance saying? Do. Oh, I didn't restart it from when I finished it. The greyhound. That's annoying.
We can estimate that.
So, I mean, it was 10.8 miles there at the greyhound, so I'm going to say around 11.5. So yeah, 11.5 miles. I'll finish that. So you're not going to quite get the last little bit of the walk on my relay van, but we did do it, I promise, because we're here. So yeah, I'm going to end the video here. Like I say, if you liked the video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you next time.